The music that you bring with you, I think, has been so well embraced over the last few years, especially, of course, your latest single, Loyal. I have had that on repeat, listening especially to the lyrics to that. For those that haven't listened yet, what's the story of Loyal?
I was personally coming out of a pretty low place in my life, and I experienced the kindness of some people that I've had a close friendship with in my life, and I'm really appreciative of them because they helped me walk through kind of a dark night of the soul. And then coming out of that, I really started feeling like the Lord wanted me to highlight friendships and healing and mending broken relationships. And I know that loneliness and rejection and betrayal are all things that is very just part of the human experience and that all of us kind of identify with. As the song emerged, I didn't come into the writing session with the song title Loyal, but I just had a little bit of a piano part and a melody in some of the lyrics that I started singing the front part of the verse. And so it kind of organically turned into what it is, but it really encaptured that essence of talking about friendship. And what's beautiful about it is it talking about that person-to-person relationship, but it's also talking about the loyalty and friendship and close relationship with God as well, and his loyalty to us. So that's kind of the heart behind that one.
Yeah. It can be hard to find friendships that endure, and especially when you look at friendships in light of the friendship that people may have in their relationship with God. It's a pretty high standard to set to, have somebody that's kind of with you through the highs and lows and reflects that kind of loyalty, right? So how do you... how do you keep healthy relationships with the people that are in your corner now and the people that, you sort of hold dear? How do you be a healthy friend?
That's a great question. And I think that's something that I'm constantly learning. In moving from Nashville to California, I didn't have any family. I moved in 2021. And so as a young woman, it was very much a faith leap coming out to LA and kind of starting from scratch in a lot of ways. God answered the prayer of developing some really beautiful friendships, and I feel like I'm learning a lot from them, and even how they are with relationships that they have that are really close and healthy and long-standing, and seeing how they are and supporting one another and being honest with each other and kind of calling you up and calling you higher to be the person that they see that God's called you to be. But there to listen and be there for you. And I've also, this year in particular, I've been working with a really wonderful woman who's my manager. Her name is Wendy Duffy. And we started working together when I was 18. And this year marks 10 years of working together. So releasing the song this year was really special, just in light of the working relationship that's blended very much into personal. And we've seen each other through a lot of highs and lows. And I feel like it's something rare, even in the music industry. And she has also taught me a lot about what it means to give grace when grace is needed and call you out when you need to be called out, and just having honest and open communication. And I really feel like that relationship has shown me the love of God in that person-to-person relationship. And I'm so grateful for that.
In talking about and shout out to the great friends out there. But in thinking about your career so far in the music industry, you have been at it for a while, as you said, but you're also, I feel like, finding a real new success in some respects in some of what you're doing. What is your goal with your music now and the songs that you write? How do you want it to be landing with people?
Always my goal is to incorporate that relationship that I have with God, and that personal relationship with Jesus and the personal relationship with the Holy Spirit, that he's inspiring all of that creativity, so that when people hear the music, whether it's a happy song, sad song, whatever it is, there's still hope, in a lens of hope in all of the creativity and all of the music that gives life to people. In my own personal journey, there have been artists that have really encouraged me so much, with their lyrics, their songwriting, and just who they are as artists, that have really carried me through some difficult seasons in life and also joyful ones as well. And so that's my heart also with my own music, to be able to speak life and to help people feel seen when they're walking through a dark season as well, whether that's coming from, whether I'm able to share from my personal story, but I know there's so many life experiences that I'm not going to have, but to be able to sit with people when they're grieving or when they're rejoicing or whatever. So, and right now, the creativity this year, because I'm kind of in an album cycle right now, there's a lot more like up tempo. And so I really feel like this season coming up and kind of in the middle of right now is a bit more joyful and has a bit more like celebration undertones. And I think that's important as well, especially with everything that's going on in the world. Sometimes music and creativity is also just that kind of escape that you need to just feel like you have a release. And no, not every season is like that, but this one with the music that's coming out will be a little bit more up tempo, feel joyful. Some love songs in there. So
very nice.
Yes.
If you write love songs, people are going to want to ask you about your own experiences, and they'll be like, have you got a Valentine?
That will be an interesting one. There's been a lot of love songs in Faith. I will say that.
Sure.
Yes, but yeah, we'll keep you posted on that one.
There you go. And we'll want to know. But in terms of bringing, joy to the space of art, of music, do you feel like that is what people need from art right now? There is a lot going on in the world, as you've touched on, but is there still a place for art that is a little bit more reflective and perhaps not a darkness to it, but like there's art that evokes emotion in us that can really make us feel sad, but it prompts a reflection, I suppose. Do you feel like there's still place for that kind of art right now, or do we just need the stuff that gives us an escape?
No, I think it's definitely a mixture of both, because people are dealing with some really heavy things, and not everybody is going to be functioning in the same season. We're not all in the same space at the same time. So I feel like it's really important to have a mixture, and there are like artists that are kind of emphasizing certain aspects more than others. There's an independent artist that I love too. His name is Abe Parker. And I feel like he does an amazing job of really sitting with kind of the nitty gritty, more on the darker side of things. And his lyrics are phenomenal. But I do think it's important to have both. And I have, this was also a song that I released. My last project was called Orchards. And there was a song from that project called Upside of Down. And that song is really, it's a little bit slower and really deals with the heaviness of life when you feel like everything is kind of flipped upside down. And it's a song that doesn't have any questions answered. It doesn't solve any problems. It just sits with you in that space. And sometimes you don't really need anyone to solve anything for you. You just need to feel understood or in that place of pain. So I think it's really important to be able to have that celebration, but also kind of sit in that reflective space as well.
Yeah. Well, we'll be really keen to see you come to Australia. Where can people find out more information about your shows?
So we haven't posted officially. I'm super excited. I've been invited to be part of the Christian Media Arts Conference from September 24th through 26th. And I'm going to be doing a lot of singing, some worship, and workshop, and that kind of thing. So that's going to be super fun. And I haven't posted official dates for the Australia tour yet. So all of my socials, I'm on Instagram, TikTok, all the things. It's SVRCINA Songs on all of those platforms. So keep checking socials, and I'll put it there.